Hello children, welcome back to my class. In today's class, we are going to learn about the parallelogram, which is a quadrilateral. We'll come to know about its properties and we'll also do the proof for the area of a parallelogram. So let's start. First of all, take the example of a parallelogram. I'm taking a parallelogram ABCD, A, B, C, D. So first property is one thing, as I've told you, this is a quadrilateral and parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which opposite sides are parallel and equal. Opposite sides कौन सी हैं? AB and CD are opposite. So these two sides are parallel. I am putting one arrow on this and equal to. And AD is parallel to BC. So these sides are also parallel and equal to ka sign I'll put like one line and here two lines. Now why I am putting one line here? It means these two are equal and one arrow shows these two are parallel. Here two lines means these two sides are equal and two arrows show that these are parallel. Okay. So first property of parallelogram is opposite sides are equal and parallel. So according to our figure, we have parallelogram ABCD. What does this mean? This means that AB is equal to CD and AB is parallel to CD. Then second pair, AD is equal to BC and AD is parallel to BC. Okay. So this is the first property. Then second one is, now if we join the opposite vertices of parallelogram, we get its two diagonals. Let's say these diagonals are intersecting at point O. So there is another property of parallelogram that diagonals bisect each other. Bisect means they divide each other in half. What does this mean? That BD is dividing AC into half at O. That is O AC का midpoint है. Okay? That means AO is equals to OC. Similarly, AC is dividing BD into half at O. That is O is midpoint of BD. So OB is equals to OD. So what is this property? Diagonals in a parallelogram bisect each other. Okay. So again we will write according to our figure. It means AO is equals to OC and BO is equals to OD. Okay. Now coming to third point. I am just rubbing these diagonals so that there is no confusion. Now I am making these angles. These are the angles, four angles: A, angle B, angle C and angle D. Now third property of a parallelogram is opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Opposite angles कौन सी है? A and C are opposite angles, ठीक है? And B and D are opposite angles. So they are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Okay. So according to our figure, we will write down angle A is equals to angle C and angle B is equals to angle D. Now the fourth property is Now, what are the adjacent angles? I hope everybody knows adjacent angles क्या होते हैं. वो एंगल्स जिनकी एक आर्म कॉमन होती है. जैसे एंगल ए की दो आर्म्स हैं AD एंड AB and B की two arms हैं BC and AB. So AB is the common arm between angle A and angle B. So angle A and B are adjacent angles. Similarly, B and C are adjacent angles. C and D are adjacent angles and D and A are adjacent angles. Now, इनकी क्या property है कि adjacent angles in a parallelogram are supplementary. How? देखो angle B and A and B अगर हम लें तो AD and BC are parallel lines and AB is their transversal. So, angle A and B are making co-interior angles with AD and BC. And co-interior angles parallel lines के केस में क्या होते हैं? They are supplementary, means they add up to 180 degree. So similarly, if we take B and C, AB and CD are parallel and BC is a transversal, so C and B are making co-interior angles, they are supplementary. And same is the case with other pairs of adjacent angles. So adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Again, we will write according to our figure. It means angle A plus angle B is equals to 180 degree. Angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degree. Angle C plus angle D is equals to 180 degree. And angle A plus angle D is equals to 180 degree. So, क्योंकि there are 4 pairs of adjacent angles in the quadrilateral, so charo pairs are supplementary. So these are the main properties of parallelogram. There is one more I would like to tell you. See, if we are making one diagonal, like we are joining A and C, we are getting diagonal AC. So a diagonal divides a parallelogram into two congruent triangles. कौन सी? See, AC is dividing this parallelogram into two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle ADC. And these two triangles are congruent. Okay? So, a diagonal divides a parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So, this is another property. A diagonal divides a parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So, this is also another important property which is very useful. Now, these are the properties which we have done about parallelogram. Now, we are going to do the proof for area of parallelogram. So for that, I am again taking a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram ABCD. And we have to find its area. Now, what we do for this? We will drop a perpendicular from vertex D to AB, and let's say this point where this perpendicular meets AB is E. So, this is a perpendicular. Similarly, we will drop another perpendicular from B to C. I am making it from here so that line is straight. Okay. So, this is a perpendicular from point B to CD, and let's say this point is F. Okay, and this is also perpendicular. Now, what we have done? we have divided this parallelogram into three parts. Which three parts? Triangle AED and triangle BCF and this quadrilateral in between, which is EBFD. What is this? This will be a rectangle. How? See, this DE is a perpendicular on AB, BF is a perpendicular on DC. Now, DC and AB are parallel lines and DE and BF are perpendicular distance between two parallel lines. So, it means they are same. They are same and these are 90-degree angles. So obviously, these will also be 90-degree angles क्योंकि ये co-interior angles बन रहे हैं, है ना? So, it means EBFD is a rectangle. Okay, now we will find the area of these three figures and add them and we will get the area of the parallelogram. Okay. So, area of parallelogram ABCD, that will be equal to area of triangle AED plus area of rectangle EBFD plus area of triangle BCF. Okay. So what is the area of triangle AED? As you know, triangle का area क्या होता है? Half into base into height. Okay. So half, what is the base of this triangle AED? Base is AE. AE and DE is the height. क्योंकि height क्या होती है? Perpendicular from a vertex to opposite side. That is height of triangle. So DE is the height. So let's say this height is h. इसको हम h लेके चलते हैं. And because DE and FB are equal, this will also be h. So AE into, first of all, I will write DE plus area of rectangle EBFD will be, rectangle का area होता है length into breadth. So what is the length? EB and breadth is FB or DE. We can take any. So base into height, length into breadth, EB into BF plus area of triangle BCF will be again half into, इसका base क्या होगा? FC and height is BF. Okay. Now we will put the values. Half into AE को हम AE लिखेंगे and DE is what? H plus EB is EB, BF is H plus half into FC into H. Okay. Now इनमें से जो भी कॉमन है we will take out. लेकिन देखो इसमें हाफ है, इसमें हाफ है. H is common in all the three. So यहाँ से भी हाफ कॉमन लेने के लिए what I do? First of all, I will write here 2/2. क्योंकि 1 को हम 2/2 लिख सकते हैं, यहाँ हाफ नहीं है तो I am writing 2/2 into EB into H plus half into FC into H. Now we will take out half into H common and here what is left? AE. Here what is left? Because 1/2 common आ गया, so we are left with 2EB plus half H common and we are left with FC. Okay. So half H into AE plus यहाँ 2EB है तो I am writing it as EB plus EB. EB plus EB plus FC. Okay, is equals to half into H नाउ AE प्लस EB दोनों को मिला के क्या बन जाएगा? AB. AB plus here this EB is equal to DF. क्यों? क्योंकि as I've told you EBFD is a rectangle and opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. So EB will be equal to DF. So I'm writing DF in place of EB here. Plus FC already here. Now why I have written DF instead of AB? I'm writing the reason. देखो ज्योमेट्री में बेटा आपको reason you have to give reason everywhere. नहीं तो मार्क्स पूरे नहीं मिलेंगे. Okay? Because EB is equals to DF opposite sides. Opposite sides of a rectangle. So now half into H AB plus now here DF plus FC will become DC. So we will write DC here is equals to half into H into now here AB and DC. AB and DC are opposite sides of a parallelogram, so they will also be equal. So again I'm writing AB instead of DC here. So half into H into AB और DC की जगह भी मैं लिख रही हूँ AB. Okay? So this is equals to half into H into AB plus AB will be 2 times AB. देखो यहाँ नीचे भी 2 है ऊपर 2 है तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा. So we are left with height into AB. Now what is AB? AB is base of parallelogram. Okay? So we have got the formula height into base of parallelogram. So this is the formula for area of parallelogram. So area of a parallelogram is base into height. And this is how we get this formula. What we have done, we have divided this parallelogram into 2 triangles and 1 rectangle, and then by adding their area and solving, we have got this result. Okay, I hope you have understood this well, and if you have any doubt, please do write in comment section. I will answer your questions. And if you like my video, please do like, subscribe and share with your family and friends. Thank you, bachcho.